In this video, this filler video, I find out what was actually causing me problems for the last 2 weeks, and it was a driver issue with software compatibility as we get into a Cthulhu World of Horror All Perks Mimi run. Perfect, because that was actually the part of the series for Mimi in May. But otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna get into this run because it's gonna be a filler episode anyway. As we see Charisma, Second Mystery, Toxicon, Strength, Light, and maybe Dexterity check. I'll try to focus a little more. But also, I was not happy with what I drew. I was drawing some event art. It did not turn out well, so I did think about showing it, but just in case I want to use it anywhere else, I decided not to. So, shrug, that's all I have to say for now. So you get more Mimi instead. Hey, it's a Fujiko as well, if we want to brace into a kick, but I guess we'll see if we actually have to do that. Depends on the bosses we get. So, on an all perks run, I take 3 custom mysteries. Normally, I save that for custom characters because custom characters, I feel are... no, that's not true. I'm not going to say that. You can play all perks with custom characters. It's just that I personally like to play character-specific perks to play the custom character in general. Botanist, Ward... But this time, because we have all perks, we're picking 3 custom mysteries. So we have Valentine's, by the way. Raven, and we're going to look for End, which is perfect because it's right here. I'm just going to make a little soft rule and just say these are my 3 custom mysteries with Valentine's taking up 2 slots. So, for the sake of immersion, I'm losing my words at the moment. Yeah, let's just take Valentine's first. We are going to visit the History Club as well. Hey, it's a gruesome totem. And off we go. We start with a weapon, so I don't need to worry. Actually, I think I had Ward as well, but that's fine for the moment, because we can still use the anatomy book, but really get funds to grab the hospital pass. And then off we go, finally. Actually, no, I do still need to use the police station, but you get the point. We're going to be heading off to these investigations soon. So as for strategizing more with Mimi, again, it's not I wouldn't look down on anyone for picking picking up a weapon from the occult shop. I was gonna say the steak knife. The occult knife occult dagger, and oh yeah, this is really bad. I have to kick, by the way. The occult dagger and or the small candle are good weapons to use. It's just that I don't often find as much success using them. Primarily for the fact that if I start with a scalpel, which is a serviceable weapon to me most of the time, although I think no, we're not on random. I'm going absolutely crazy. I can go through a whole run with scalpel. Now, is it the best weapon in most situations? Probably not. You probably want actually the ritual dagger or the small candle. But for the purposes of, just going through a regular run that doesn't have any chunky bosses, usually the scalpel will end up working fine for me. Also because I like to use strength to brace as well. So oftentimes I'm using a brace attack, which is perfectly fine with me. But to kind of shift the topic just slightly, for very boss-intensive runs, I will still use the scalpel, but it really depends on the bosses. Even then, though, I don't really like swapping out a weapon, because how I like to use Doom in that version of events is that I like to rest with what I would have used, with what Doom I would have used to rest after fighting a boss to heal HP, basically. Yeah, not much else to say about that. We will grab another Valentine's heart, by the way. And I need to sneeze. Now that being said, taking 3 stamina damage is probably not the best option here. We have Fujiko available. Is it? Yeah, I was gonna... No, this is guaranteed. But is this more damage than... Yeah, it is, because I would normally be able to do prep attack, or I would normally do prep attack here, but this is 8 damage per 3 stamina, whereas I can brace kick guaranteed for... This is because I have Fujiko, by the way. So basically, I do 9 damage per 3 stamina with this set of events, which is why it's important to to at least think about bracing, or even dodging if you want to risk on RNG, but I don't, but it's a serviceable action if the coin flip works out. Now, if you're coin flipping every encounter, it might get a little dicey, but aside from that, me doing things like taking risks like this is probably not the best option. In fact, it probably won't be. That's a 50-50, by the way. So we'll brace kick one more time, and then probably just... Yeah, we can probably just prep strong our way out. We got another pair of handcuffs for our trouble, but We're out of Valentine's now. Now, the flip side of that is I need to get hearts if I don't want to skip the boss fight. Theoretically, I still could, though. But, hey, in that case, I should... no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Moving on. So, Botanist Raven Ward. So... Sorry, had to sneeze again. But yeah, had to... I do have another pair of handcuffs, so... And we do have the hospital pass. So we're going to move on. We do have a gruesome totem as well, so we do have extra doom to work with if we need to rest, or if we just need to use the doom to run away, really. But that's something I'll have to remember as we move on. Did I fight the second... Was my second encounter the lumpy officer? I feel like it was. I'm going to guess that it was. Nice 9 roll, by the way, game. We do want to give this curious package to the friend. We will use the corpse dust in a moment, but we want to make sure we take the handcuffs into this boss fight, just in case. So, let's move on here. We get Mind Wipe for our trouble, which is not good, but we'll deal. So, corpse dust and then handcuffs. Again, noting that we have two handcuffs. I almost said 2 pairs of handcuffs. Is it pairs of handcuffs? I'm American, so I'm trying to use American grammar. Anywho, let's take the Doom here because we have Doom to spare. In fact, at this point, I should probably even already equip the Gruesome Totem. You shouldn't really need to do that unless you're about to run out of Doom, but I'm just going to do it preemptively before I autopilot too much. Set the trash can on fire. We shouldn't be entering the hospital anymore. First aid, strength, off we go. This should be a slam dunk pretty much. We can brace once here. What do we do afterward? Unless I just want to take the 4 I might actually just want to take the 4 stamina damage to the face. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're also going to use the trinket really quickly, the strange trinket. And we will do Desperate Prep Strong Handcuff. Oh, almost missed. And then yeah, we get the thingy for our trouble. We get first aid for our trouble, which is why again, if the trinket uses a reason cost instead, then it'll pay itself off, and we'll get the hearts we need. That being said, so yeah, probably Raven into Botanist into Valentine's End. And hopefully we can survive this run. Monument for a reason, or funds, either one, which is why I went in. If it asks for stamina, shrug, we'll deal. But, as we fight the Vampire Princess here, I think we can do this. Nothing weird should happen. Losing -2 all is a little bit much right now, but I think we can deal with it. So, how much experience do I get? 14. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world, especially since we have first aid, but yeah. We only have 2 Valentine's hearts, by the way. Preferably minimum 3, preferably 4. We'll find out. And I think I'm sitting on another pair of handcuffs, so whoopsie doopsie. But let's grab that really quickly and then move on. So yeah, we want to be defiant towards this Raven to avoid a boss fight, most likely. But we'll see if I really pick that option. Because I think, if I recall correctly, the Raven is a ghost encounter. So I do want to try and avoid any fights with ghosts, really. Because 7 knowledge, even with 7 knowledge, it might be a little bit odd. We get Uchida and Ryoko for that, which is, we have the Doom to spare. So I appreciate the extra weapon damage, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly if I remember this correctly. Even though I literally just did Raven probably less than 2 episodes ago, but yeah, we'll find out. So we should scalpel. Do we just do prep attack, prep attack? I think we do. Because next turn, and we get bonus damage as well, so we actually are dealing 14 damage here. That should be enough. Okay, I was about to say. The scalpel, I think, only does 1 damage on throw, if I recall correctly, but eh. And, oh, that's right, we even have all perks, so I was lucky to get first aid. Fast hands, on the other hand, we'll skip on that. I'm actually going to heal stamina here, and off we go. This is the last investigation, I believe, and if it's not, shrug, right? But we're going to be defiant, lose 3 stamina because stats don't matter, and off we go. We lost a lot of stamina, by the way. Time skip as well, so hey, there goes the Doom increase, but we should be able to still survive this run. It's gonna look a little odd, but we can still survive this run. Especially if we plan to skip Valentine's End. That will increase our survival rate significantly. But we'll see when we get there, because we still have to just survive Botanist here, so off we go. Had to remember quickly if we were on Botanist or if we were on Footage. Botanist, I just looked at the side quest really quickly to tell. Because the school is Botanist, the mansion is Footage, basically. And if that doesn't make any sense to say as we roll a 12 on Strength, then just know that that's how I associate those two things. 6 Charisma, thankfully we get something out of that. We get Perception as well, but really the light source is what we want. And we don't want to send Ryoko, because I need that weapon damage. Yeah, that's a really gameplay balance-wise strange event, because oftentimes I feel you want to keep Ryoko most of the time. Shrug, that's the end of the sentence. That being said, so let's Trinket here and hope for the best. I think we might even just run at a certain point. Yeah, we're just going to run now. That's too much damage to take. Now, our Doom is shooting through the roof, but as long as we don't escape from another encounter, we should be fine. And thankfully, we immediately got out of this forest. We could have upward... Well, we're going to get extra Doom after running away here from Shiro-san, but... Lumpy offers was my second encounter, question mark? But the point right now is to keep Doom low. Keeping in mind we did already use the Gruesome Totem. Again, we do have the 6th floor as well, so lots of pain waiting for us in the lighthouse, but we got to get past the short-term stuff yet, and that includes Valentine's End. So, yeah, with Mimi here, again, the Scalpel's perfectly fine, but it's not that the Ritual Dagger or Small Candle are worse. To me, again, it's more a matter of Doom resources rather than whether or not a weapon is good or not. That being said, I forgot what I was going to say. Off we go. 6 Charisma. Stats don't matter. And off we go. Something about the design of the game, but I forgot at the moment. So off we go. Take 2 stamina for that, but I think this is actually the better weapon. It is the better weapon. Shrug. Now, are we going to do anything else? I guess we're going to find out. We don't have the luxury of monumenting anymore, if for no other reason than our stamina and reason. So we do need to pass these checks. I'm going to take Hana Discipline with stamina. Let's actually visit the doctor's office to try to grab these painkillers as well. But we are not at the Valentine's Heart event yet, so... Let's hope that Charisma works out. It is not, so shrug. Let's grab our Valentine's Hearts. We need 3 minimum. We'll try to do this appropriately. We won't run away, but boy, oh boy, is it going to be really, really tight. So, yeah. And then just noting, you cannot, or you're not supposed to be able to use the Strange Trinket on the boss of Valentine's here, so shrug, that's all I have to say at the moment. Let's forget Shadow Shrug. Can I do an opening... Desperate Struggle action? I can, but this boss will still have like 26 plus health, 32 HP because it's the last mystery, and we're getting hit by 4 all damage. So yeah, this is really odd. I'm still going to forget Shadow Shroud for the moment, but we do not have enough damage. We get close, but yeah, we can't do a regular attack, unfortunately. I don't actually think we have much recourses. I think we have to go for a dodge and hope for the best. That's distract. Can we fit an attack? We can. There might be some other way, but my brain is turning off right now. So time for a 40% dice roll. And at this point, now it gets interesting, because now we can do attack twice. But we have to hope that we hit this relative about 56%. So let's find out. Nope, we missed one and died for it. I'll see you in another video.